Hi there, Chris Stoltz from the MuppetsStuff blog, coming at you today from the MuppetsStuff Museum. You may recall about a month ago we told you about the Henson family donating a few hundred items to the Strong Museum in New York. Well, we took a trip up there and spoke with one of their associate curators about the donation and what's currently on display.
I'm an associate curator at the Strong National Museum of Play, and we're here looking at one of our newest collections from the Jim Henson Legacy. It came to us through the efforts of many people, and we're so glad to have you here because it fits so well with our mission about play, and it contains board games, stuffed animals, figurines, basically any type of play that you can think of we have represented in this collection. There are over 500 different objects that were picked specifically for us from the Jim Henson Legacy. We worked with their executive director, Bonnie Erickson, who is also responsible for developing such classic characters as Miss Piggy and Staler and Waldorf, so it was really fun working with her, as well as the archivist from the Jim Henson Company. And like I said, they picked very specific objects for us that fit in with our mission, and you can see some examples of that in the three cases behind me. We also received 57 books for our library and archives, and those mainly represent Sesame Street, but also the Muppets and some of the lesser-known Henson franchises such as the Dark Crystal. And the really cool thing about those books is that while most of them are in English, we do have several that are in Spanish and German, and really just show the worldwide appeal of franchises like Sesame Street.
Thanks, Shannon. That was great. While we were there, we also asked her if she could tell us a little more about the museum itself.
So the Strong National Museum of Play is home to over 450,000 play-related objects. We have everything from board games and card games to video games, dolls, action figures, basically any kind of play-related toy you can imagine. We were founded by Margaret Woodbury Strong, and a lot of it came from her personal collection. She traveled a lot with her family, and she collected mainly dolls and doll houses. Those were her main, what she was known for. We've expanded since then, and we are the only museum in the country that is dedicated to specifically the study of play. Behind me you can see some examples specifically of Sesame Street related toys, which were part of our donation from the Henson Legacy. We also have an entire permanent exhibit that's dedicated to Sesame Street, which was produced in conjunction with Children's Television Workshop, and we're very grateful to have that connection and to have with us. And that's part of a number of other permanent exhibits we have dedicated to the study of play, including Reading Adventureland, which talks about different genres of literature, children's Wegmans, where kids can go shop and they can get receipts for everything that they purchase through working cash registers. We have a permanent exhibit dedicated to the Berenstain Bears, video games, and we're just constantly growing. We are also home to the National Toy Halls of Fame, which cover not only toys, but the people who invented them.
You just heard Shannon talk about the Toy Halls of Fame. Some of the Henson-related items inducted include Star Wars, Rubber Ducky, and puppets. The Strong Museum also houses the Toy Industry Hall of Fame, with inductees including Walt Disney, George Lucas, Joan Gans Cooney, and another name you may find familiar.
Jim Henson is actually one of the inductees into the Toy Inventor Hall of Fame. This is really just a perfect home for his toys and games, and we're just so thrilled to have that here.
As you can see, there are many Henson-related items throughout the museum. We even happen to find one virtually. After our interview, Shannon took me on a behind-the-scenes tour of the museum where I was able to see some of the many items not currently on display. No photos were allowed, but I can tell you they include some very rare Dark Crystal and Labyrinth puzzles, some early 70s Muppet and Sesame Street items, as well as other items from shows like The Wondrous World of Dr. Seuss. I want to thank everyone at the Strong Museum, especially Shane, Shannon, and Rebecca, for making my trip so enjoyable. More information about the Strong Museum is available on their website, and I highly recommend you take the trip and check it out for yourself.